Hey, this is WildKatt Wednesday and I'm Stephen Bones. And I come onto these calls with no real subject in mind and no real agenda. I just see what comes through. And I think what's been coming up more recently for me is my journey of how I ended up doing that, working with these guys. This is Paolo, many of you have seen him before. And the drums are the Master Healing team behind me, and the odd one or two are for sale. So the butterfly and the raven, the hare, which you prop that one, and then the one above, just above to the right, which is the Stonehenge. They're all for sale at £200 each. And they are amazing artwork, let alone the healing energy that comes through them. But what I wanted to point to was, if you'd have asked me nearly 6 years ago if I'd have been doing this kind of thing, I would have laughed. I was very much in the corporate world of looking after me and my family and a few of my staff, the key ones. And I wasn't particularly, I was running from ego, I suppose, and I didn't realise it at the time. And I think we all come to a point in this journey, and if this means nothing to you, just click off and don't worry about it. The ones of you that are on a journey and that feel that there's something not right, or feel that there's something more than this everyday survival that we tend to fall into, I can assure you there is something more. I've had many experiences that people call weird shit, or some may call them incredible, but the bottom line is nothing surprises me anymore. I speak to many people that have their experiences. I listen to a lot of stuff about people that have had NDEs. I've read a lot of books. I've soaked a lot of information up. I work with my spiritual teacher at the moment, who is very connected in, and I'm finding my own path as well, and my development is evolving as time goes on. And that's by me doing more and more work. So what I'm pointing to by work is looking inward, looking at self. I used to be using external experiences like most of us do. So, i.e., I'd have a bad day, and I'm not knocking this, by the way, this isn't a judgment, I was very much in this space, but have a bad day, get home, glass of wine, couple of gin and tonics, maybe 2 or 3 nights a week, I'd do some exercise. I did manage to quit smoking quite a few years ago, but I was definitely very much in the smoking space as well. And whenever I felt out of kilter, not balanced, I would reach for a smoke. When I stopped smoking, I'd reach for something sweet. And then I started reaching more and more for wine and gin and tonics. I wasn't smoking. And then all of a sudden, and I was really just work. That's all I was really interested in. Sadly, when I look back, I didn't connect with my family as well as I could have done. And I don't judge myself for that. That's just is what it is. That was meant to be my journey. I was very disconnected from a child through trauma, and that's what the work's about, is releasing traumas from when we're children. And by the way, we're human beings, we've all got traumas. But the one thing I've learned, and I've got to more recently, is that we're not here unintentionally. We're not this ball of earth that's spinning in space at a certain amount, an angle from the sun, and that causes it to rain and things to grow, because without the rain, of course, and the climate, things wouldn't grow. And though that whatever grows feeds us, and feeds the animals, and allows the insect life and everything to thrive and evolve, then question, is it luck or a coincidence, or is it intentional? Well, I'm just in the middle of reading Pure Human by Gregg Braden, and He's an interesting guy, scientist. Go and have a look for yourself if you want. But science is mainstream won't tell you this, by the way, but there are a number of scientists that have now proved more or less without a shadow of a doubt. The doubt is so infinite that it's insignificant, that we didn't land on this planet intentionally. Okay, sorry, unintentionally. We arrived here intentionally. So if we arrived here intentionally, then we have a purpose. And the whole question of this video that I want to leave you with, my purpose is at this moment is to take these guys out into the world. These are healing drums. I work with people, healing them. I do soul retrieval work. I do some other past life healing and clearing, and I use some other modalities linked in with them to help people along the way depending on what's happening. And I do help people and I work with people, but the question I want to ask you is, what is your purpose? And don't answer that. I'd invite you, no, sorry, that's a bit wrong. I would invite you to let go of the fact that I'm here to build a business, and I'm here to work really hard and get more money and a bigger house and cars, etc., etc. I'd invite you to really feel into that deeply and see what comes up. So thanks for listening. Bye from Paolo and the team. This is WildKatt Wednesday. My name's Stephen Bones, and the question is, what is your purpose?